And I thought this would be a great idea because sometimes we're taught that it's like Drake said, no new friends, or you meet all your friends at a young age. However, as I grow in business and on this self development journey, I realize I've outgrown some of my friends. So I'm just curious to know, how do you guys
Did we lose her? Or is it just me? Maybe it's me. I have no idea.
Yeah, she's on mute.
I'm muted.
You
Yep.
were, now you're not.
And see, the thing ain't even, what? See, it's my phone. It's glitching. Because it didn't even show that I was muted. I'm sorry. So let me start this right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Patrice, and I am checking in from Chicago. This morning I am grateful for our opportunity. Back in December, I pitched my business, submitted my business information to a homegrown business where they have like these tiny homes and they help with business. I pitched my business, and out of 35 applicants, I was one of the 12 that was selected. So I will have a temporary brick and mortar from May until the end of the year. I receive free business coaching, and networking and things like that. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. I actually have to go at 9 a.m. today and pick out my she shed. So I'm excited about that. My affirmation is, I walk in my God given authority and walk in every room knowing that He sent me there. And I don't know, because I don't trust people. So that's why I'm asking y'all for this topic this morning. But I do know, because I've been burned by people, and some of my closest friends have identified fake people around me. So that's why I'm bringing this topic up. Because, like I say, I do want to connect with like minded women and men. I also do want to collaborate. As it relates to business at some point with people, but I just want to know and hear from you guys, how do you foster and build these positive connections? So, with that being said, Dr. Travis, I'm going to hand it over to you. Can you please let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you build these positive relationships?
What's happening? Dr. Davis here from DMV area. My affirmation: I can, I will, I must get it done by any means necessary. My gratitude goes towards the Rodecaster Pro 2 and the Sony camera, which allows me to keep getting my message out there and spread it throughout all these channels where you can hear it clean and crisp and view it. So without it, probably wouldn't be able to make it happen. So I'm grateful for that. And man, this is honestly a topic that I'm not a master of right now. I'm still a work in progress of that myself, but what I have created, what I try to remind people do is, I like to say acronyms and things that can stick in your head. So we created the FU system, right? Most people know how to remember to say FU to somebody. So I try to tell people to FU on a daily basis, and that's follow up. And usually, if you have some type of system in place, and it's really just building, the formula out for you. You know, it's simple things like every time I meet somebody, do I send them a follow up email 24 hours, 48 hours later? Like that's a routine that you lock into yourself, and then you say, okay, well after I send that email, what do I do next? So if you can create a system of following up with people that can be replicated, it can be duplicated. Now you have a formula to try to process. Now I've created that formula to get it started, but I haven't. I honestly haven't figured out 100% like how to vet somebody and make sure that they're trustworthy people and that they're not going to fail you. I haven't done a good job with that. I'm not even gonna lie. People last with me for like 4 or 5 months. They sell some great hoop dreams in those 4 or 5 months, but 9 times out of 10, once they start making money, and honestly, the ease that I bring the money to them because of everything I've created. They generate revenue fast. They believe that they could do it on their own, and they walk away. I think one of my problems to the system that I've created is that I'm always pulling people from the bottom that don't respect time and money. They don't understand it. So once they get it, they have no control. Like they just don't get the bigger picture of what I was saying. So I personally believe I have to find different sets of individuals that already have their stuff in place, that respect money and time and can and not greed. But still, at the end of the day, I've been burnt. I've been screwed. I think that's part of business. I think that's just life. You're never going to meet the perfect individual. That's the process of you figuring it out for yourself. What works for you, and once you figure that out, do not deviate for nobody. I don't care how good they sound. I don't care the words that come out of their mouth. I was actually listening to something earlier. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the devil knows the scriptures just as good as Jesus does. He knows it to the T. And that means that a person has a gift of the tongue. They got the devil in them too, and they can talk really, really good. They can give you Bible scriptures and the whole nine. You can't allow that to let your guard down. You have to come up with a formula. Once you figure out what works, never ever allow anybody to let their tongue make you deviate what you've created, because once again, the devil know how to talk too. And I parked my Tesla.
Thank you for sharing that. Um, and you definitely dropped some key things in there. We actually talked about this last month with April in the 5 a.m. Like, just, the devil knows your plans in general, and is listening. So that's I definitely agree with that. And then I think I do agree with you when you say bringing people from the bottom. I think I suffer from trying to super save a hoe mentality, because I feel like I can save everyone. So thank you for sharing that, Dr. Travis. April, can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster and build new positive friendships, relationships, social connections?
Great morning, everyone. April from Dallas, Fort Worth. Normally in the office, but today I am at home working because tomorrow I have to be in the office. So actually, I'm going to need somebody to take over my room tomorrow. So I'm going to be in front of the big wigs of the company, doing a presentation and doing some training and stuff for them. But my gratitude is I'm just grateful for the time and space that I'm in. Um, I have because I ask, I know because I seek, the doors open to me because I knock. Miracles shall follow miracles, and wonders shall never cease in my life. And my yeah, that was my gratitude and my affirmation. How do I foster relationships? Ooh, that is you know what? That's um you judge a person by their fruit. I know there's a saying I see. Ooh, Dr. Davis, you right. The enemy he does know, because he knows the scriptures just as well, right? Because he was with God in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like he was at the throne of God. He was actually God's minstrel. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So he knows. But like, you have to judge people by their fruit, the fruit that they bear. It's not always, it's not lip service. It's, what are you doing? What have you produced? What can I see that you have done? Can I see your patterns? What is your character like? Do you have good moral character? um, Things like that. That's what I look for when I, look to I guess get close to someone, or allow someone to get closer to me. But I really honestly keep people at arm's length. You know what I mean? Like, unless I really know you and have gotten to see your movements, I'm more of an observer first before I allow people to come into my space. And then even with that, if I do allow you into my space, it's still only so far. It's like, you have your inner circle, your outer circle, and your outer circle. And so my inner circle is very few people. because yeah, you just can't, unfortunately, you cannot trust everybody. But it's not even about that. It's just looking at what they have done or what they are doing. I think it was Maya Angelou that says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. So like if it's a snake, I mean, listen, we cool. I just know you a snake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna try to change you. I'm not gonna try to, I don't have to switch up on you just because that's who you are. That's fine. I just know how to handle you, and yeah, that's pretty much me. And I yield my mic.
Thank
Hey, it's
you.
your
Thank
first
you for
time
sharing
hanging
that,
out with us,
April.
guys. We go
And
over our
you brought up
affirmations
some
of
valid
gratitude
points too.
Monday through
See,
Friday at
I think I'm
8:35
just too
a.m.
naive. I
Eastern
just be
Time
like,
Zone
oh,
over on
okay, just
Clubhouse,
open
dedicated
book.
to help
Because I mean, I
entrepreneurs and
guess my
business owners get their
mindset with
mindset
meeting
right,
people
ready
is
for the
like,
day. You're
who
more
the
than
hell am
welcome to
I
join
that
us
you
on
lying?
Clubhouse and
Just
use your
offering
voice, or you can
voluntarily
keep tuning in
unnecessary
right where
lies,
you at. Just make sure you hit that
So
like,
that's why I
subscribe
think
button,
I'm such an
and bring
open
two other
person, because I'm
entrepreneurs to
like,
the
who am
show.
I to
Now
lie
let's get
to?
back
Like,
to it.
I'm not gonna whoop you, so stop lying. But I get what you guys saying. So thank you for sharing that, April, and enjoy your switch to work from home day. Nadia, can you please join us and tell us what you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster and build new friendships, relationships, social connections?
Good morning, leaders. Hope everybody is doing well. Um, my affirmation. I'm sorry. My name is Nadir Nasheed. I'm calling from the DMV. My affirmation is I have a newfound respect for the position that I hold. I have no sense of entitlement in terms of where I'm going. I just have a high level of respect for myself than what the next individual can imagine, and I attempt to earn it daily. That's just my mentality. It's not worth the argument that you may get into with anyone who think their opinion of you is who you are. Stay focused, maintain your peace, and great things will happen in stages. My gratitude is for being privileged to wake up. As always, my gratitude also goes out to this community. It's so inspiring and it builds character. My gratitude goes out to my man at the bottom that showed up on a day when he's preparing to go to a funeral for a close friend of his. And I hope that something is said in the community today that will help him draw some peace with what he's going through. I love this brother. He been there for me ever since we met after walking the compounds in the institution. So much love and respect go to him. And since we talking about fostering relationships, he and I met in an unconditional situation, which was prison. But 20 plus years later, we still connect. We try to build businesses together. We spend time with each other's family. We put in the time. We also understand what it feels like to live around a bunch of shiesty individuals. So we can see it coming a mile away. We'll know, oh, he ain't right. But ironically, what I will say, and it's no shade on women, those were the people that I couldn't see coming that was shiesty once I was released. And in the background, it was always my wife saying, you know they only want one thing, or you know they only gonna be on your team until they can't be on your team no more. So I'ma say it's really all about feeling that individual out and making sure that they have your best interests at hand. And in actuality, you never can know until you need to know. So as April said, kind of keep a distance in between them, watch them with a side eye, keep your head on the swivel. And with that, I yield my mic.
Thank you for sharing, Nadia. Uh, Talking about women only want one thing. Which I mean, well, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I get everything you were saying, but thank you for sharing. And to your friend, we are definitely sending. Well, thank you, A, for joining us on such a challenging and difficult day. And we, as a whole, are sending our deepest condolences to you and your family during this time. Y'all, real quick, I don't know how to make y'all moderators, or it won't let me add Crystal. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm over here struggling. So, Talisha, can you please let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster, build, connect with like-minded individuals, positive relationships, encounters, and things like that?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Talisha, better known as your girl, Ty Creations, the entrepreneur creator. Calling from Baton Rouge, and I help individuals capitalize in the travel industry and also start, grow, and scale their cleaning businesses. I am. I am grateful for freedom, y'all. I am so grateful for freedom. Um, to be able to choose and move how I want to in life. I'm so grateful for that. My affirmation is abundance is mine. Yes, yes, yes. Mm. And so, you know what? Look, Patrice, you know who Soldier Slim is?
Here you go. Go.
Well, you know what? I think after being the person that I am, I love people. I can't change who I am. I think paying for it. I really do. I really do. Because it's like if you see value, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, like the people that I've worked with, like I pay for services, like even for instance, just like my nail tech, she has became one of my closest friends. I think and some of my clients has became really I think it show a trust. You know what I mean? Like I trust you and you trust me. And so that let your guard down somewhat. So I really feel like, by supporting, by paying for services, I think that shows you somewhat whether or not a person trusts you, and you can let your guard down a little bit. That's just the way I feel. Um but overall, like I can't, like meeting people out in here on these streets, with being the type of person that I am, I have been hurt. I have been like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? But I can't change other people. What I can change is my environment. So if you feel like I am worthy, if you feel like, I mean, to be to pay for a mentor, to pay for a psychologist, to pay for a counselor, I think you should pay for it. Me personally, that's just the way I feel. It is what it is. That's it. I'm done.
So, Talisha, real
Hey,
quick,
once again, if you
what
guys
about
are
like
just tuning
business
in, we are
besties?
live Monday through
Would you
Friday,
pay for that too?
8:35 a.m. Eastern, going over
Most
our affirmation and
definitely.
gratitude on
To be around
Clubhouse. You're
like-minded
more than welcome to
people,
join us over
to be
there and
able to
provide
bounce
input as
ideas
well,
off
or you can
when
keep
we
tuning
not
in right where
competing
you're
with
at.
each
Just make
other.
sure you hit
Why
that like,
not?
subscribe, and
Why
follow
not?
button and share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs. Now back to the show.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And that's a good perspective. Paying for a service and growing a relationship off of that. So thank you for sharing that. And you have a great day, Coach Marley. Can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you build new positive relationships, foster connections, things of that nature?
Good morning, everybody. Coach Marlene Paul here, calling from sunny South Florida. My affirmation is it's time to embrace the change. I am moving forward in purpose and getting rid of all distraction and remaining focused. I am prepared for the harvest. And I'm grateful for my business besties. You know, you talking about this conversation? I am grateful for them because yesterday two of them stayed up with me until one something in the morning. We were on the phone all day, on Zoom all day yesterday, working on a contract, putting it together because they know I need a body double sometime to get stuff done. And I was finally able to once they hang up, I stayed up a little bit extra and I submitted it this morning. So I'm just very grateful for that, just pushing through because it was just like, okay, I don't know if I can do it, but I know it was due at 2 p.m. today, and I wanted to make sure I submitted. And if there was any issues, I was gonna drive over to City Hall to submit it to City Hall. But I'm so glad I was able to do that. And so y'all are my first conversation this morning because I was like, oh God, I'm so tired because yesterday I had Boy Scouts, I had take care of homeschooling, and then driving out to Miami and back to Fort Lauderdale, and coming back to work on the final touches of this contract. But just being able to have people around me that, hey, I need some help, you know, to get this together. Can you proofread this and have my team proofread that? It was just good to have that. So, me with this topic, I'm usually very cautious of who I let into my inner circle and let my hair down. Although I'm really kind and friendly to everybody, but not everybody know the real me. You know, so I take my time with inviting people in to my circle. But I always am very prayerful about who comes into my circle. So I pray that I treat people kind. I treat people with respect. More majority of people who are in my circle or my business, they have businesses. When they're talking about their business, I approach their business professionally. There's no hands out because you're running a business. But when we're doing personal stuff, we're doing personal stuff. So there's two different. I have a line there because I really want to show people their respect. I want to treat people how I want them to treat me, and I want to show them their worth. So so when it comes to that, I approach my business besties that way, and they approach me that way too. So those are the people I let in because they know the value of my time and my worth also. So I really am very prayerful about who I let in, and I know that if people try to come against me, I'm just going to continue doing good because I know you reap what you sow. So I try to make sure I show positivity. I show kindness because all I have to leave behind is my legacy and my and how I live here on this earth. We are here for such a finite amount of time, and I just know the gift that I have. I want to make sure I pour it out to people without having to come back and say live a life with regrets or with like that I hurt somebody else. And then also just to be an example for my son too because he's watching me. Last night we had a conversation, and out of the blue he come and asked me, "Mom, I want to know how it's like after we die." I'm like, "What is this conversation? You're 10 years old. Why you're 9 years old? Why you come conversation?" But I was able to have a conversation with him with what my a little bit and just telling you and after say all when it's unknown. Everybody have different thoughts about it, but I share with him what I believe. But I just know here's what's important: what the way you treat people here on this earth, the what you do, what legacy you leave behind, that is where what you're working to. And because when you're gone, that space you're occupied will not will be there and remembered by your loved ones, and you will they'll remember all the good things and all the positive things and how you bless them, and you're living on in their hearts and their memories, and you want to be able to leave a legacy. So while you're here, do good, pour live a life that's reflective of your purpose and your value. Use your gifts to help others, and then so when you die you will don't have any regrets. And that's why I told him. And for a 9-year-old, he gets it. I feel like he's a grown up in his own little age, but it's an ongoing conversation to be able to raise this young little man and leave that legacy, because I know he's gonna pour that out to his kids and then his kids and his kids, because that was poured out to me from my mom, from their parents, from their parents. So I just know that what I'm doing right now, this time in this space, is sacred, and whatever I can do, I just do it with no regrets. And I use my mic.
I agree. Well, first, thank you for sharing, Coach Marley, and I definitely agree about legacy and leaving your mark. That's why I do believe, despite how people treat you, to continue to operate in your true authentic state. Um, and just change how you deal with them. So thank you for sharing that. And you have a great day. Larry, can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster, build, and connect with new people and build new relationships? Larry, are you there? See, Clubhouse is tweaking today. I knew it wasn't just me. Well, Larry, we'll come back to you. Crystal, can you please let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you build new relationships?
Great morning, everyone. My name is Crystal, calling in from Atlanta, Georgia. And my affirmation is I'm a wise woman who lives in abundance and money comes to me easily. My gratitude is for um, this room, especially not last, but on Monday, we had a room. And the topic was you versus you, and it really got me to thinking and actually pushed me to do some other some to sorry to do some things differently and to just get out of my own way. And how do I foster relationships? That's a hard one because I too have problems trusting people, but I always remember my mom's advice is to, sit back and watch. If you're able to sit back and watch everything that they do. Um, and then you'll know if you are in alignment or they are what they say, if they are who they say that they are. And yeah, basically just watch people. And then also, one thing is never to discount what you feel in your gut when you first meet someone. um there's a reason why it's there, and and you should always, listen to it, because most of the time when we don't listen to it, that's when things go bad, or we were like, and when we look back, we're like, I knew it, I knew something was off. So um that's what I personally try to do. And my name is Crystal, and I'm sitting pretty in my commercial kitchen.
Thank you for sharing that, Crystal. Where you was at 19 years ago when I picked my baby daddy? And I'm just, I'm just playing. But I definitely agree with following your intuition. And then also, like you said, I struggle with paying attention to people because Tati has brought to my attention someone that I have called a friend. She observed them like giving me this nasty stare down, but I just be in la la land, as y'all can tell, most of the time. So I do believe in now paying attention to people, and then also somebody said it too, is like, paying more attention to people when the cameras are not on. So when they're not in front of, crowds or, stuff like that, really shows you the authenticness of a person too. So thank you for sharing that, Crystal. And if you have time today, let's connect because I know we exchange information, and you have a great day. Larry, you ready? Not yet? Larry said, I'm just here. Okay. Carter, can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you build new relationships?
Good morning. I'm Carter, calling from Atlanta, Georgia. My gratification is just being in this circle again, being able to be part of this platform and in this group. My affirmation for today is I am embracing my uniqueness and originality. And one way that I foster my relationships is that I'm just very particular about who I let in my circle. And I think it was Crystal, like you just sit back and watch people and see how they interact with others and things like that. So that's how I just like to foster my relationships. I'm very intentional about who I let in my inner circle. So I just like to see people for how they are when the lights are on and then when the lights are off as well. And I think that's it, everyone. Have a great day.
Well, Carter, in the words of good old J. Jeezy Jenkins, welcome back. But also, yes, that's. I mean, everybody's saying this, so I'm a listen this time. Okay, I am hard headed. My parents just reminded me yesterday that they stopped talking to me early because once they told me something, I did the opposite. So I'm aware of my hard headedness and my state of being intentional. But I'm gonna listen to y'all and I'm gonna pay attention to people. See, that's why I had to bring this topic to y'all because I know the gang had my back. And when we say gang, we mean gathering and networking genuinely. So thank you for sharing, Card, and you have a great day. Crystal, can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster and build new relationships?
Okay, good morning, everybody. I am Crystal Wilder, and I'm calling from the DFW area. And this morning, my affirmation is I am winning. I am winning with my health. I am winning with my finances. I am winning with my mental wellness. I am winning with my family. I am winning with loving and embracing myself. I am winning. Okay. And then what I'm grateful for, I am grateful for the relationship that I am actually cultivating with myself. And I'm grateful for getting to know myself in a way that I never did before. And I'm excited about that part. And then how I embrace new relationships or new people that I meet. One, I use my past track record for success as a guide. Um, but the most important is I'm still going to be I choose to be my authentic, true self because I believe that even with the new relationships, business, personal, whatever it is, I really only want real and true. So I am going to show up as myself um, because I want you to know who I am, my good, my bad. Because whatever relationship it is that we have in the context, because you can't share everything with everybody, but in the context of that relationship, I want it to be real. I don't want to have transactional relationships in business or personal. I want relationships. But I do proceed with new relationships with a lot more caution and awareness than I ever have before. And I'm still showing up as myself. But what I do is I pay attention and I don't ignore the things that I see or rationalize or negotiate within myself, and I don't give too much benefit of the doubt. um for me, I take a look. I'm going to give 100, and if I notice that you take and you don't give, or you only give enough to get more from me, that's a point and note taken, and I just move different with you. It doesn't mean that I can't engage with you, but I don't engage as much with you, and I don't engage at the level that really would produce something that could be sustainable, because what I won't do, my time is valuable, whether it's my personal time or is time as it relates to business is valuable. So if I'm not into the using thing, I'm too old for that. So when I see that it's not reciprocal, when I see that I can give or I support and I do, and then I look around and I notice you not cheering for me, you don't have to, and it's okay. Because in you knowing me, I may not be your cup of tea. So there's no judgment there, but I just learned how to fall back quicker. And without the emotional attachment of feeling disappointed or hurt or anything like that. And so for me, that is really helping me. And I'm seeing things that I never would have seen a whole lot faster. And then even the way that the universe is, even in business, I've had some people that I really thought were like business besties that I could even do business with, was doing business with, literally getting phone calls from people in other parts of the country that actually was engaged in conversation about something that let me know that the person that I'm doing business with was really not doing business with me, but getting information. And so I thank God for that too, because He's helping me with these new relationships and covering me and uncovering people so that I can see them too and understand how to move back. And I'm even learning with the new relationships, even if I have to change it, conversation about why the change is happening is not even important either. So I'm intentional. I'm always going to be who I am. I'm loving that part. I'm never changing that. Um, and I know that I have the ability to be a really, really good friend and have great relationships because of my track record and the people that are in my life. So that doesn't make me feel any kind of way, but I love being able to see people more clearly, respecting who they are, and just learning what is and isn't for me and moving accordingly. So that's kind of how I navigate new relationships. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you for sharing, Crystal. And I'm over here laughing because y'all really convicting me my spirit this morning. Because you mentioned, being intentional or paying attention to your intuition. I've been the bull my whole life. I'm just running directly towards the red flags. Okay. But I mean, I do have a level of, I don't know. I guess I just look at it like if you mishandle me or you fumble me, that's your L. You got to hold, cause so I be feeling like God sent me to save people. See, that's my problem, right there. Oh, but thank you for sharing, Crystal, and you have a great day. Andre, can you please join us and let us know where you're calling in from, your morning gratitude and affirmation, and how do you foster and build new relationships?
Grand Rising family. My name is Andre Adams. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. And my gratitude for today is I am thankful for discernment. And my affirmation is I will be the best that I can be as long as I put my mind and effort towards it. And networking, I'm actually, right now though, with the wellness, I'm taking care of my daughter. She's had a fever the past 2 days. So I'm thankful that the paid mentorship that I'm with, I have time that I can take wellness and well-being time. They don't add it together with vacation and all those times. I'm just learning about this stuff. My sister was telling me that her job, they add it all together. So I'm thankful for that. Got to take care of my daughter today. But I lead in with networking just with my smile. Rarely is body language. Body language is really serious. It can tell you a lot about people. So a lot of people definitely say to me, I love your smile. And so I know it's welcoming. And that's what I lead with, my smile. And then similar to what Miss Wilder was saying, I try to network with people of the similar interests because everybody's not everybody's cup of tea. So I try to use that too as my discernment. Like we're not going to get along and everything. So I just try to make sure we all have the same interest because time is of the essence, and I don't want to waste time. My time is very valuable to me, and I take that seriously. So I want to make sure I'm in a room with like-minded individuals, as we are today in this room. And that's what I try to look at, and the rest will do itself once you um, do those certain criterias right there. The people in the room have made many more good examples of that, but just those couple of things that I put in place. Once I do those things, everything else will fall into place like it should be. So I appreciate the room and everybody, and hope this clubhouse gets itself together. As I'm seeing, I yield the mic.
Andre, you're gonna have to send us a group picture of your smile. We gotta see. You say you get compliments. We need to see it. But no, hope your baby girl is feeling better. That's always the priority as a parent. Shout out to your job for giving you the perks and benefits, and you for being compliant. Cause I just let them know y'all ain't got no gym teacher today. Y'all figure it out, okay? I'll be back when I be back. But no, I'm just playing. But I definitely believe leading with or paying attention to body language. Like they say, nonverbal communication does speak before people even open their mouths. So you can sense the hostility, what I'm saying, on people. So that was definitely a valid point. So thank you for sharing that. At this time, if anyone else would like to join us on stage, I should have been a comedian, y'all, because I swear I crack jokes all day. Up, Larry, you ready? Is you ready? I saw the.
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm
okay.
ready.
Come on down to the
Yes,
prices right.
I'm ready.
Go ahead,
Good
Larry.
morning, everybody. I'm Larry calling from Hampton, Virginia, by way of New Orleans. My gratitude today goes out for time. My affirmation is that I will continue to fight for myself and
fight obstacles that's coming my way. For this past month, I must say that it's been trying. I've been having a lot of things jump out at me at the same time, and I'm still bobbing and weaving and trying to get out the way and knock some of this stuff out. But I'm still here. I'm still fighting. Um, how I foster new relationships and stuff like that. Um, this community is me um, fostering new relationships because like all of y'all in my world is beneficial. All of you, when I say beneficial, y'all helping me be the best person I can be because this community again is that's so amazing. I got to give shouts out to Dr. Davis because he holds everybody accountable. Like he will tell you what it is, and he just got a way of doing that. And I like for someone to tell me that, hey man, look, directly or indirectly, hey, you got to do better, you got to do more. Like when he says he's not gonna hold nobody by no hand, you gotta pick up what he putting down. That's what he says, and I'm picking it up by all means necessary, and I'm applying a lot of it to myself and my daily living. But this room is helping me foster better relationships with people. April, I gotta give a shout out to you. The mornings, I know I haven't been on, and I just gotta let you know that I'm in spirit. I'm there. So later on, I'll communicate. I'll reach out to you and talk to you about something, and we'll go from there. But again, I really love this community. Uh, Shout out to Nigeria as well. Um, Even him when he speak, I listen. I listen to everybody, but the people that's been on my mind lately about in this community is Nadir, and he's up and coming. I got to give him that. He's making an impact, and the things that he's saying, the way he's moving. So I got to give him a shout out. But other than that, um, I yield my mic. But I thank y'all for letting me be here. It's a great opportunity.
Thank you for sharing, Larry. And you got it. Keep fighting, keep pressing through. As they all say, is on the other side of adversity. Now they probably keeping you accountable, but I'm around here. I'm probably gonna provoke you to start something. No, I'm just I quit. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Larry. You have a great day. Before we get ready to Renee is coming up. Renee, can you join us and let us know where you're calling in from your morning gratitude and affirmation? And then how do you foster new positive relationships? And if you have anything you want to say before we get out of here.
Good morning, everybody. Renee calling in from Albany, New York. My affirmation is I am enough, and my story is my purpose. Gratitude for this room, for life. Larry, the attacks that are coming after you is because since January 1st, and I'm only going to go to January 1st, you've been so consistent with what your purpose is when you're doing things to better yourself and being more productive. Let me tell you, he's coming for you, and it may get worse before it gets better. I just felt the need to say that to you. um that's just how life is. When you're doing things, mm, it's gonna come for you, but do not cave in. Do not fall back. I know. I swear. I just scrolled before earlier today. I said Larry's not here today. I noticed because I remember you said I'm gonna get up here every day, and so I haven't been seeing you. So I'm happy to see you back today. But know that the attacks that come for you is because you're doing what you need to do, but do not stop doing what you're doing. Um, as far as friendships or positive relationships, it's hard. It's hard. I've been burnt. I'm sure everybody's been burnt. I've been hurt. I've actually grieved so-called friendships because things would happen that would come out of the blue that I didn't expect. And that hurt like that is bad. It's like I never grieved a friendship. But then that friend will try, I say friend as in quotes, I'm putting my quotes up, will try to come back and reunite. And I'll try to be nice, but I don't know if it's because I'm a Virgo, but once you do me dirty, you can continue to do me dirty because I ain't got nothing for you and you don't have nothing for me. I'll try to be decent to you, but what we had is dead. I could walk by you like I've never seen you before, and that's mean, but that's just who I am and I can't help it. But like I said, I'll be cordial, but I'm not going to allow you to do it to me again a second time. I will say at this point in my life, I see that networking with like-minded individuals is what works for me, because we're and even that you got to be cautious. I see stuff, I see certain things, and sometimes let me tell you, discernment ain't easy. That the stuff you see, it's like, oh my god, why do I have to see it and why do I have to deal with that? But I'm thankful for discernment. I'm thankful for my intuition. I wish I listened to my intuition and had this discernment level on high years ago, because things would be different right now. But I'm thankful for where I'm at right now. And like I said, it's about networking. And even that, that doesn't always work out the way you think it's going to work out, but you give it a try. So I had to get on here and just say that to you, Larry, and I'm thankful for this room. Everybody have an amazing day.
Hey, thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, everything been trying. I've been having like I'm a techie and I've been having tech issues. That's crazy. But I've been in some spaces like when I tried to get on yesterday. Uh, I was in a space to where I didn't really have no service, so I tried to make myself be somewhere to where I do have service, and like just lately it's just been a little trying, but like I'm gonna show up for myself. That's what I'm gonna do because I got a goal, and like I said, man, this year is my year. Not just it's my year; it's all of our years. You know what I'm saying? We don't go and knock out whatever we got to knock out to be that person who we need to be. So thank you again, Renee. I appreciate that.
Larry, who you say we got a knockout? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But Renee, thank you for just that accountability, paying attention that somebody's missing that you always see, and pouring into them. So thank you for that. And you have a great day. We're gonna get ready to close out this room, y'all. Renee, do you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Have an awesome and productive day, everybody.
Thank you. Andre, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Be the best at whatever you do.
All right, Crystal, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Everybody have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.
Crystal, from Atlanta, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yes, I want to say I agreed with everything that Crystal said, and she was on point. And I was over here talking about, oh, I like her. So, and Patrice, yes, we will connect hopefully today. So just send me a message or call me, and yeah, we can connect over line. We can't connect in person because I'll be up in Chicago doing some stuff I shouldn't be doing. So anyway, everyone have a great day.
How ratchet? Or is these ratchet activities? I like ratchet activities.
No, my ex best friend is up there, and when I wrote you in the chat, and I said that everybody don't want to be saved.
I,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, you have a great day. Lyra, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I love you all, and y'all tell somebody y'all love them today, and y'all have a great day.
All right. We love you as well, Lyra. Nadir, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I want to thank the men in the bottom of the room. You may not have said anything verbally, but you said everything by showing up. Also, Crystal, we have your book. I thumbed through it. I'm looking forward to sitting down reading it. Travis, you always said use your voice, post, post, post. You commented on the post yesterday, but what you didn't know was that post got me a call from somebody that I knew previously when I was doing speaking engagements. He was like, Nadia, I need to introduce you to these two agencies just behind that post. So keep showing up for me. I'm going to keep showing up for y'all.
Thank you for sharing that, Nadir. And yeah, post. And don't overthink your content either. I made a reel just off the whim on something I wanted to do. Within the first hour, it had got 2,000 views. So get out there. Make mistakes, as Miss Frizzle say. Coach Marley, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Just continue to speak life over yourself. This is one reason why I love the affirmation component of this room is because when I'm speaking those affirmation, I'm just speaking where I want to go, what I want to see in my life. Just continue speaking those words because they do have life over you and your heart, your mind, your ears. And just have a great day. You got this.
Absolutely. Affirmations do work. Talisha, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yes, it's so much power in your voice. Always remind yourself that it's power in your voice. Also, Pisces season is upon us. Whoop whoop. Okay. I love y'all. Have a great day.
Oh man, here we go. Now just playing. My mama and my sister is a Pisces, so yeah, get ready. Everybody fasten your seatbelts. We're finna go on the ride. Um, but as it's been confirmed, be intentional. Pay attention to the nonverbal signs. Keep people at arm's length and show up your authentic self are all ways that we can foster and build positive relationships. So I just want to encourage everyone to have a great day as well. And Dr. Travis, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can close us out.
Appreciate you for opening up the room, Patrice. I just want to let you know people was pretty hurt last week when you wasn't here Wednesday. You know, you bring the energy on Wednesdays just like nobody else. So, but no, I thank you for bringing this room today, man. It's great energy. I appreciate everybody who utilized their voice and came up to the stage, as well as those that are listening, no matter what channel that you're on and that you may be listening on replay as well. We truly do appreciate you guys. Don't forget, continue to invite people to the Clubhouse or to watch on one of our streaming platforms. Shout outs to you, Nadir, man, for continuing to bring people to the platform. And I was actually going to give you a shout out anyways because I seen the post that you posted. And, since day one of you stepping in that challenge and me meeting you, you and your wife, y'all have been moving. And, that's honestly what it's all about. Taking that action fast, and you guys are doing it, and so far it's yielding great results for you. So keep it up. Don't lose that energy. There's going to be trouble that comes. I don't know when it's going to come. It's going to be something that happens to try to discourage you. That's that first hurdle that you're going to have to jump over, and I'm pretty sure that your wife and the team that you've created there won't let that happen. So that's a message for everybody as well. And also, Renee, I wanted to thank you because I did notice Larry hasn't been here for a couple days, and to watch out for that and make that announcement. I seen it, but I got so much stuff going on, I forget to mention those things. So I appreciate you for paying attention to that in the group and bringing that acknowledgement to the table for Larry. So hopefully you get back in here and get around this energy, guys. At the end of the day, from what I heard today, everybody, you're gonna figure out your own way of how you're gonna conduct this thing, how you're gonna meet people, how you're gonna build relationships. The beauty about it is you heard multiple people in multiple different ways. You should take the pieces that you like and try it out for yourself. That's what we're trying to tell you guys at the end of the day. Nobody really has the answer for you. In order to build the best relationships, you got to figure yourself out, right? You got to know who you are. You got to know, what your boundaries are. What are the things that you accept when communicating with people, and that's going to help you foster your relationships with the people that you want around you a whole lot better. And I'll just give you guys a word of advice. Money has nothing to do with relationships. And I'm telling you that because you may try to build relationships with people with money thinking, this is going to be the right one. I'm telling you right now, evil people got money too. The same way that I told you the devil know how to talk. Well, people with money are still evil. That don't mean just because they got money that they're there to support you, to help you, to pour into you. They just got money. That's it. You still got to learn all these principles that we've been talking about all day. You have to learn, how to question individuals and figure out, again, will this be the person for me? But I got burnt over $60,000 because I allowed money to let down my firewall and think that this person was a good individual. This is why I want to protect you guys and not have you thinking the more money you make, the more trustworthy people will be. Hell no. The only thing that happens with that is the pain that you're going to experience is going to be a little bit deeper. It's going to hurt a whole lot more. Instead of losing $600,000, you lose $60,000. That hurts. So just keep your mind open. Learn to communicate with individuals. Learn to ask questions and shut up. The more you ask questions and you allow individuals to talk, the more they'll tell you about themselves. And that is when you figure out whether that's the right individual that needs to be in your corner or not. But once again, I love you all. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Remember, it's just 1% better each and every day. So I need you to go out there today and make sure today was 1% better than your yesterday was. I don't know what that'll be. Maybe you need to work out today. Maybe you need to pick up the phone and call somebody today because you ain't been calling nobody. Maybe you need to create that piece of content and post it on your social media account, and you'll be surprised at who's watching you. There's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure that you could do today. I'm not asking you to do all of them. I just say get 1% better today, and then you build on that tomorrow. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and I will talk with you later. Patrice, can you go ahead and close out that room?